It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'll be taking it to Indianapolis, Indiana, to talk about a nightclub encounter between two sisters and one woman that ended with a senseless loss of life. But before we get into this video, please hit the like button, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And don't forget to share this video. Alright, let's get right into it. Secoya Williams, beautiful and vibrant on the inside and out, loved helping others and being there for her family and friends. Secoya's bright smile lit up every room she entered. Everyone who had the pleasure of knowing Secoya enjoyed every moment with her. She knew how to have a good time and made sure the people around her did too. On February 11th, 2022, Secoya celebrated her 25th birthday, living it up with family and friends. 2 weeks later, on Friday, February 25th, 2022, Secoya was out at a club on the northwest side of Indianapolis called Club Kalatukah. She was there to support her childhood friend who was performing that night. Secoya was seen dancing, buying drinks with her friends, and just enjoying the night and her friend's performance. While Secoya was simply there just enjoying herself and there to support her friend, there were two women at the club who were not happy to see her on that particular night. The two women were identified as 25-year-old Arieal Smith and her big sister, 29-year-old Ebonie Parks. Ebonie was upset that her ex-boyfriend, who was also Secoya's childhood friend that was performing, was paying more attention to Secoya than to her. Ebonie did not like the fact that Secoya was there to begin with. Secoya, however, was minding her business, not really paying the women any attention. She was friendly towards everyone, according to her childhood friend. He then said he noticed Ebonie's younger sister take off her shoes as if though she was ready to fight. Then suddenly, Secoya was ambushed by Arieal. Ebonie's ex and Secoya's childhood friend said he saw Arieal throw a drink in Secoya's face and tried to put hands on her. The club's security guard escorted Arieal outside to de-escalate the situation. Arieal and her sister got into a black SUV. Ebonie sat in the driver's seat and Arieal sat in the passenger seat. Secoya's friend and Ebonie's ex said that he and Secoya followed behind Arieal and Ebonie as they walked outside. The security guard witnessed Secoya walk up to the vehicle Ebonie and Arieal were in and proceeded to bang on the passenger side window. Other reports say that Ebonie rolled down the window and Secoya's childhood friend said he heard Secoya yell that Arieal had a weapon. Secoya began to back up with her hands in the air. That's when Arieal opened the passenger's door and fired her weapon, striking Secoya once in the torso. As Ebonie's ex and Secoya's friend walked over to Secoya to help her, Arieal pointed her weapon at him. Ebonie, who was still in the driver's seat as all this was happening, then drove out of the parking lot while her sister Arieal continued to fire shots in the air, according to multiple witnesses. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police responded to the scene at 1:30 a.m. EMS located Secoya in the club's parking lot, suffering from her injuries. She was rushed to a local hospital for treatment, but unfortunately, she didn't make it just moments after arriving. Police spoke to multiple witnesses and were told about the altercation inside the club that led up to the fatal incident. Arieal was arrested at her home 3 days later. During her interview with detectives, she said what she did to Secoya was an accident. She said that it was only meant to be a warning shot. Arieal said she didn't know where the weapon was because she gave it to someone after the incident, but refused to say to whom. When Ebonie talked to the police, she said she did not see her sister shoot Secoya. but she did hear the shot and asked her sister about it later. Ebonie also told police that she and her sister discussed coming forward but decided not to. Arieal was charged with Secoya slaying, pointing a weapon at another person, and carrying without a license. Ebonie was charged with assisting a criminal in the commission of a hit. 19 months after Secoya's slaying, in September 2023, the sisters would finally go to trial in a bench trial presided by a Marion County Superior Court judge. The judge, Secoya's family, and other court attendees saw all the evidence presented, including video footage from the night of the incident, showing Secoya having a great time before she was ambushed at the bar. After just 3 days, both Arieal and Ebonie were found guilty of the charges brought against them. In November 2023, Arieal was sentenced to a total of 48 years in prison, 47 for the hit charge, and 1 year for the charge of pointing a weapon. The sentences are set to be served consecutively. As for Ebonie, she was sentenced to 2 years of home detention for her charge of assisting a criminal. Secoya's slaying was such a tragic and surreal experience for all who knew her. Secoya was very compassionate towards others, always motivating people around her to reach for the stars. She really cared about others. Just 6 months before she passed away, she worked as a medical assistant at a community health center. Secoya genuinely cared about the patients, improving their overall health and well-being. She had a big heart with a lot of love to give. Secoya's family is carrying on her legacy by raising funds for causes that Secoya was passionate about. The funds would be donated to schools where Secoya attended and to daycare services for mothers who can't afford care. May Secoya Williams continue to rest in peace. My belated condolences to her family and friends. Secoya definitely didn't deserve to lose her life so senselessly. As for Arieal, how crazy is it that she crashed out for her big sister who only got 2 years of home detention when it was really her so-called beef to begin with? In my opinion, it wasn't even really a beef. To me, it's clear that Ebonie was jealous of Secoya and the relationship she had with her ex-boyfriend, whether it was platonic or romantic. With Secoya being Ebonie's ex's childhood friend, Ebonie may have been threatened by her ex and Secoya's friendship from the very beginning. It could be a part of the reason why the guy and Ebonie were no longer together. Just a quick tidbit. If you are the type of person to get jealous over your partner's friendship they had before you, especially if it's with the opposite gender, then you may need to reconsider the relationship altogether. Some people are not willing to end years of friendship for a new relationship. Some people are. But if you know the person remaining friends with their childhood friend is gonna bother you and cause you to have trust issues or be insecure, don't get into the relationship. You gotta know yourself, Don't psych yourself out or string the relationship along hoping that it will change, and don't try to ruin the friendship by being manipulative or malicious. Just walk away and hope to find someone who meets your boundaries when it comes to the relationship. But I digress. Either way, Secoya should not have had to pay with her life for Ebonie's issues with her ex. Big sisters are usually supposed to set the example for the younger sister, but that's not always the case. Arieal's whole adult life will be spent behind bars because of her devotion to writing for her big sister. I wonder if Arieal could go back to that night. Would she do things differently and not start a fight with Secoya if she knew it would have escalated to Secoya losing her life and her having to spend 48 years in prison? Fam, tell me your thoughts on this in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspective and whether you disagree or agree with me. Let me know. Alright fam, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you all in my next video. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.